Welcome to my series. Again, I'm going to start with the 30 to 20 questions where I'm going to pick up a random questions and I'm going to give the answers of them. So, let's start my this funny activity. My first question is that if animal could talk, which animal would be the rudest and why? I think if animal could talk, then the rudest animal would be the donkey. Why? Because I think first thing is they carry a huge amount of loads, and in fact, I their face seems like so much rude, and in fact, the sound they create is kind of a very nasty sound. I think that is the reason that they could be considered as the rudest when if would have been talked. But I am not pretty much sure. There are a couple of more animals, but I rest of the animal I found very funny. But donkey is something that I really like to be the rudest one because of the hard work he do. Obviously, he is good at it at his part, and obviously if he wanna be a rude, then definitely it's okay because he looks like a horse, but he is not a horse, and might be he thinks himself as a horse, but eventually he carry a lot of loads, and even in the mountain area we have seen that they carry people, and sometimes they don't eat. uh, they live in a very miserable condition. Treatment, no fair treatment given to them. That's all. Okay, second question. If you could replace your hand with any object, what would you choose? I think this one is a difficult. How could we replace hand? uh, I think even in fact, I think the hand are irreplaceable, and I think no matter, there is nothing in this world which can replace hand with. Uh, because hand gives us a lot of flexibility. The first thing, the best thing that I really like about hand is that we got a place to wear a watch, a fancy watch. We have a hand over which we can which can help us to shake hand with the other people, which is a kind of a positive gesture. uh, Apart from that, the with the hand we can wave at the people, and with the both hand up we can uh, use our superpower. Maybe in future, if we get a superpower and we have to raise our hand above and we can slide, then if we lose the hand, then obviously there will be no options available for us to use that superpower. I think hand is something which cannot be replaced with any other object in this world. If you suddenly become invisible for one day, what is the first thing you would do? This is a very interesting question. If I get a chance to become invisible for a day, then the first thing that I'm gonna do is to travel a lot of places, because now I'm invisible. I can take any bus, I can take any sort of transportation, and get into it, and travel a lot of places without giving a without paying the ticket. I think that is something a very interesting thing that gonna be happen to the any other person. Secondly, the best thing I can do is to reduce the crime, because now I'm invisible. I can see the lot of activity that is happening. Even physically present maybe create a threat to you, but being invisible, nobody can see you. You can help to police and investigating agency to find out the truth happening behind. You can see that what the politicians are doing, whether they are playing with the why how they are playing with the money of the poor people, and you can get insight to the any people houses, and then find and get the reality check of the things they are doing. So many things can be done if someone become invisible, but I think this something is kind of a dream. As of now, the possibility is very less of it. If aliens landed on Earth and asked you to represent humanity, what would you tell them? I would go and tell them that humans are unpredictable. Right now, I'm representing humanity, which means that every human being will treat you differently. So you have to be very careful, and they are friendly in nature, and they are angry and they are unpredictable. But deep inside, if you see that holistically, they all are human, and they love they love they live in groups, and they have a different ethnicity, food, culture, and style. So if they wanted to mingle with us, so they have to learn a lot of things. We are not a machines, we have a emotions. So we can go ahead, and if somebody is feeling pain, we can feel it up, but at the same time we fight and put a bloodshed. So these are the two coins, two sides of the coins that you can see here, and that is very surprising. Might be these things are not available in your planet, but yeah, in Earth you can see these kind of things. What do you rather fight, one horse sized duck or a 10 duck sized horses? But this is an interesting question. The one horse sized duck or a 10 duck sized horses? I would go for 100 duck sized horses, because the ducks are beautiful, and one horse sized duck will kind of very difficult to take care of, even because of his size. Maybe he or she can become very much aggressive in nature, and maybe it can be very difficult to control. But 10 duck size horses will look great, and they can look better, I think. I don't know why, but this will look cool. If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would be? If you could only eat one food for the rest of the life, what would it be? Okay, so for me, the one food that I can eat for the rest of my life is the rajma rice. That is something I really fond of. And why? Because it contains the combination of all the flavors that I really wanted. I don't like much flavors, but this is something I can go with. No specific reason, and yeah, I really like it. If like, your life was a movie, what would be the title? uh, uh, if your life was a movie, then what would be the title? Is uh, is my life okay? Then I think I never thought about it, but even if yeah, then it could be the challenging. It is live your life. It's kind of a dream life or challenging life, it can say. If you could swap a life with any fictional character for a week, who would it be? There are a lot of fictional characters, but I don't think so I can relate with anyone. But I think I need to think about it more, that which fictional character I want to swap my life with. But as of now, I'm not able to think of any. But could be. I not sure about it as of now. What would you do if you woke up and realized you were a cat? Obviously, the first thing I'm gonna do is to drink a lot of milk. Yeah, that is the one of the thing. And the second thing is try to find out. I'll try to look like a smart cat, like Tom and Jerry. Not like a bad or the not unclever cat like Jerry, but Tom. But yeah, I'm gonna be. If you had to survive a zombie apocalypse with three celebrity, who would you choose? I think I can choose the Shah Rukh Khan, who has a very good mind, and he can give us a lot of thought process and idea. I can also go with the Priyanka Chopra, because she is a very intelligent woman, and she has a lot of she fought a lot. So I think she would be the one of the uh, good. And apart from that, I can go with one of the football player, Bachin Bhutia, because he's a good football player, so we can get entertained. So that I think these three would be the best as of now, but might be in future I can change my preferences. If you could invent use a useless superpower, what would you? I don't know the meaning of this question. It's already a 9 minute that I already spoke. If you were a villain in a movie, what would your evil plan be? Oh my god, this is something a very creative. If I would be if I would be the villain in the movie, I think the last movie I've seen is from the robotic movie. I would create a army of robots who can do whatever I want. I can command for. That would be my evil plan. That would not the evil plan, but I want to control the rest of the world with the army of robots, and that is how the things will go, depending upon the script of the movie, how the plot will go ahead. But yeah, the army of robots is something that I want to build. If your phone could talk, what would it complain about the most? I think my phone, if my phone could talk, it is going to talk about that stop using reel. You have a lot of your own tasks. You wanted to improve your English. Utilize me in a way that you get maximum benefit out of me. And please make sure that handle me with the utmost respect, and use some good tempered class or what something on you. This I think it's gonna. If you could make a one ridiculous law that everyone must follow, what would it be? I think no ideas of now, but yeah.